Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is so gloomy and rainy outside. It's like my favorite weather ever. It's super cozy. I was this close to just getting back into bed and watching Charmed all day, but I was like, no, I must film a video. I am also really excited to film as well, but I'm still in my sweatpants. I'm still cozy. I have my coffee, so it's gonna be really chill and laid back. Hopefully not too laid back because I might actually fall asleep. But yeah, let's try some new makeup. Let's play with some new stuff and let's just get into it. So lately, I haven't really been using any primers. I usually go in with a moisturizer and oil or my Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist, which that's what I use today. I just like the way it just kind of like hydrates my skin, not too much, and it's just ready for makeup. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This is in the shade Too Light. I bought this a little bit ago and I've only used it a couple times. I'm going to use it again. I'm still like in the process of testing it out. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm still kind of unsure as to what it is. So the way I've been using it, I kind of use it in two different ways. I like to kind of apply this heavily on the high points of my face before I apply my foundation. And I like to go back after I do my foundation and like highlight again. So as of right now, I'm just going to take this on all the high points of my face. I believe there is one shade lighter than this, but it's kind of more of like a really white pearly color, and I kind of like more of like a neutral champagne-y glow. You can definitely go in with a brush, but I'm just going to take my sponge and just gently pounce this on my skin. Can you guys see? It actually makes the skin look so pretty and glowy. If my skin was not so bad right now, this would be really pretty to just wear on its own as well. My skin's just been going through it lately. It's kind of getting a little bit better, but I'm left with like a bunch of scarring. I don't know what's been going on with my skin, but I actually really do like this a lot. And it doesn't look like I have makeup on. Like you can't see little glitters. My skin actually looks really blurred in those areas as well. So it's really nice. I don't know. I'm kind of like getting into the hang of it, but I really like the glow that it gives my skin. For my foundation today, I'm going to be trying the Makiage Woke Up Like This foundation. I have the shade 035 and I think this actually looks pretty good on my skin. It does have a pump to it. The cool thing about this foundation that I thought I would mention is they actually have a program called Try Before You Buy. You can basically go on their website and you can fill out like a little survey, and it kind of helps you pick out which shade's going to be your favorite. And then once they send it to you, you can test it out. If it doesn't work out for you, you have 14 days to send it back and get a new shade that matches you better. I think it's pretty cool. Buying foundation online is always super tricky, so this just makes it a little bit easier to find your shade. I do have a link down below if you guys are interested in testing this out. But yeah, I'm going to go into the shade 35 and I'm actually going to apply this with a sponge. I've tested this foundation out a couple times already, and so far I've actually been really liking it, and I think it kind of goes on really nicely with a sponge. So I'm going to go in. This shade actually matches me really well. It's not super warm. I usually go towards really warm foundations, but I'm kind of realizing that maybe my skin is not as warm as I thought. That's kind of like one layer of the foundation on my skin. It does dry down a little. You almost don't even need to set this, but it's not like a super drying matte because I'm not really into that. Just kind of like a nice natural satin. It doesn't look cakey whatsoever. It doesn't even look like you have like foundation on, which is really nice. You can definitely build this up to be a lot more full coverage, but I've been kind of going a little bit more light-handed with my foundations and doing spot concealing where I need it. I just find that it looks nicer on the skin, a lot lighter, and it's not super heavy and cakey. Also, please don't mind the lighting in this room. It's atrocious. It's so dark outside and gloomy. Wow, it looks like I haven't slept. For my concealer today, I'm going to be trying out the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer. I tried this out yesterday. I didn't wear my makeup for very long, and I also did end up setting my entire face. I was a little bit confused by the whole self-setting thing. So I'm supposed to apply this concealer and not set under my eyes. Let me do one eye at a time. I just, I don't know about that. I would feel really weird not setting it, but let's go ahead and blend this out. The color is a little bit, it actually blends nicely. It kind of looked a little bit too warm on my skin tone, but it blends out really nice. Alright, so you guys can definitely see the difference between my eyes. I think it actually looks really beautiful underneath the eyes. It blends really nicely, kind of brightens, very smooth. I guess I'm going to just let that sit. Let me do the other eye, and then maybe we'll jump into eyebrows. So just to see how the under eyes look without setting for a little bit. If I notice that it's not dried down or it's like creasing, I'm definitely gonna go in and set it because that just doesn't seem right to me. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye as well. Wow, this color looks so dark when I apply it, but when I blend it out, it looks really nice. It's really interesting. The other shades look like they were going to be a little bit too light. And it doesn't look that warm in the tube either. There's something about just like applying it that makes it look super warm and dark. I don't know. But once I blend it out, like I said 100 times, it looks really good. While we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and do some spot concealing as well, because why not? I have some spots to conceal. I actually haven't even gone this long without setting this foundation, and it looks really good. I feel like I don't even need to set it. Imagine me not setting my makeup anymore. I know a lot of people are starting to do that these days, not setting their face, but I don't know why I feel like that would just be like a hot mess in like a couple hours. This concealer blends out so nicely. It's like it never even existed on my skin. I'm really impressed. I don't know about this self-setting situation. While we wait for the under eyes to set, let's move on to the brows. Urban Decay has a lot of new brow products. We have the waterproof smudge proof brow putty. It's like a little palette. And then we have a primer and a color tinted brow gel. And we have a pencil and little ink stain duo situation. I didn't even realize they had this, but this is the most interesting thing in the world. So this is the Brow Finish Waterproof Brow Gel in the shade Midnight Cowboy. And if you guys know Urban Decay, you know Midnight Cowboy is like kind of like a champagne glitter situation. It's a brow gel with glitter in it. Interesting. I don't know if we're going to use that today. It's so pretty, but whoa, that is interesting. I am, however, going to use these two products. This is in the shade Taupe Trap. I have been using the shade something brown, I forget, but I think it was a little bit too warm and a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna go and not poke my eye out. I have, you know, technically tried this product out. I've been kind of like testing some things out just so I have a little bit of something to say. But the gel, I've noticed, it like holds your brows. Your brows aren't going anywhere. Like when I'm washing my face at the end of the day, I can tell like when I touch my brows, they're like not moving. I'm gonna go into the pencil part first. It's like a little retractable. And I'm going to start kind of building my arch. Oh, I like this color so much better. Now I'm going to take the other side. It kind of looks like a little marker and it's like the little ink. I'm just going to create tiny little strokes in the front where I have kind of like bald areas. Just make it look like a nice fluffy natural brow. I'm going to take the brow tint. Let's go into the primer side, which is kind of like a nude color. And I'm gonna brush this through my eyebrows. I don't think I've necessarily ever used a brow primer like this before. Now I'm gonna go into the tinted side. And these tints actually do tint your brow hairs. Like they actually change the color of your brow hairs. It's not as subtle as I thought. So my brows are turning kind of like a taupey, a little bit of a more warmer shade, which is kind of interesting. It matches my hair a little bit more. I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are actually really cool. Even though I have like primer on this, but you guys can tell like that this eyebrow is a totally different color than that one. Safe to say, I really like these brow products a lot. There's so many different kinds for whatever people are into. The brows are done. Let's go back to the concealer, take a look at it because I think it's plenty of time for it to set. It actually looks really smooth and super pretty. Like I actually think my skin and like my under eye area looks really pretty right now. I'm not noticing like heavy creasing. I do have lines, like natural wrinkles underneath my eyes, and no matter what I put down there, I'm going to get a little bit of product inside. Just looking at it looks really good, but if I kind of like pull down, I can see where it's creased a little. It does feel a little moist to the touch. I feel like I need to set it. Like I feel like this is not dry. I will say it looks super nice, but I have wrinkles under my eyes and it's already like creasing on my eyelids too. I'm not quite sure that this is gonna be self-setting, but it's a beautiful concealer. We're going in, guys. We're going in with a little bit of powder. I'm not gonna go super heavy. I'm just going to lightly dust it. There we go. That feels a lot better. And it looks so pretty. I also see some of that Charlotte Tilbury glow like on my nose still. Super pretty. I'm just gonna go ahead and set my entire face because that's what I do. But I'm gonna go pretty light with powder. I'm not gonna go super heavy. Just so when I put like bronzer and stuff, I don't get any skipping. For my bronzer today, I'm gonna be trying out the new Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder at the shade Sunkissed, which I think there's a shade lighter than this, but I just really like kind of like the neutral tone of this bronzer. It's matte, which I love, so this is what I'm gonna use today. My favorite bronzing brush is dirty, and nothing applies my bronzer the way that that brush does, so I'm really hoping this works. And I'm going to slowly build this up. Ooh, ooh, it's a lot. Oh my gosh, that's a lot more warm on the skin and overwhelming. That is like a lot warmer. Is that just me? I mean, the color is really pretty. I was just kind of expecting something a little bit more neutral. I don't know if it's the brush necessarily, but I feel like it's a little patchy. Do you guys see that? Is it my brush? It's not that bad of a brush. We do not want blotchy cheeks. My face is also fully set. It's not damp or sticky anywhere, but I think this bronzer is like low-key kind of patchy. Like, do you guys see that? It just doesn't look good. I'm gonna take my JCat Aqua Assurance powder. I'm gonna take my little sponge here and I'm gonna just try to fix this a little bit. It just looks so weird. Like, what on earth? I don't know, we're gonna have to ignore the bronzer. That was a little bit of a fail. I don't particularly have like a new blush to try, but I have the IT Bye Bye Pores blush, and this is in Je ne sais quoi, and it looks pretty brand new. It was in my collection. Have I tried this? I'm not sure, but it's a really pretty pink matte shade, which I do like matte blushes a lot. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this. I did try one of their blushes, but it's kind of like shimmery, and I didn't like the way it looked on my cheek. But I'm gonna test this shade out. Ooh, she's like bubblegum pink. It does go on really nicely though. I just went a little too heavy-handed. So I wiped off the powder. It helped a little bit. I can still tell it's a little bit patchy. This side just looks like I'm trying to cover a bruise or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try that bronzer again. So now I'm gonna get into the eye. No, I forgot highlighter. Who am I? I searched and I couldn't find a new highlighter, so I'm just going to use my favorite highlighter. I use this almost like every day off camera. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy highlighter. It's an amazing highlighter. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It looks so pretty on the skin. Oh, it's just a good one, guys. It's a good one. Now we can get into the eyes. The palette I'm gonna be using is the Venus XL2 from Lime Crime. The moment I saw this, I was very intrigued by it. Like, the colors inside are very interesting and very unique. Like this green color, Sage. I don't know, like, it's like a really muted palette. I just want to swatch a few colors because, like, it's almost like this is gonna sound so weird, but literally this is the color of like fuzzy mold that like grows on fruit and stuff. This is mold color. Who doesn't want mold eyeshadow? Like, I do. And then there's this shade Myth, which is like an icy, oh baby Jesus, an icy green. Oh wow, this color Obscure. It's kind of like almost like a highlighter green, but it's like neon. Whoa, this is so cool. I'm gonna swatch one more shade. Let's do Ivy, because why not? Like, I'm into these green tones. Ooh, it has like a duochrome, like a green to coppery gold. Ah, okay, this is a lot more exciting swatch than I was expecting. Like, look how gorgeous. It's so bright in here all of a sudden. There's also like a lot of browns and warm colors and like neutral shades, but I'm very intrigued by these greens. So that is basically what I'm using for my eyes, creating a look based on those. So in my crease, I guess I'm going to pop in the shade Sage right here, which is the matte mold green. A lot of times I've used green shades. They don't end up working out so great because they're kind of like patchy, but ooh, just really interesting color. So far it's applying really nicely. I think I'm going for like a really soft, like pastel-y eye. I'm not gonna do anything super complex today. Why must my battery be dying right now? Rude. I kind of want to like warm up the crease just a little bit, but everything is kind of warm. There's just like browns in here, like the deeper colors, and I don't know if that's the look I'm going for. I want to really keep it like that pastel green. So I think I'm going to go straight onto the lid shade, and I'm going to take the color Myth right here. Look how pretty this color is. I'm going to just apply it with my finger. I could cry. Wow. I'm pretty sure this will look really nice with the wet brush too. The small little brush, I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's called Obscure. It's kind of like a really soft minty green, but it looked really interesting when I swatched it. So I'm gonna pop this on the inner corners of my eyes. Oh man, that is really cool too. I just wish there was one more color in here that was like a darker version of Sage so I can pop it into my crease to define it a little without putting brown. I just want like a darker green color. I'm gonna take Sage on my lower lash line as well and just kind of like smoke it out. I'm gonna go into this shade. It's called Radiant and it's kind of like a pearl white, but it is a duochrome shade. It has like a little bit of a gold, pinky gold thing to it. Oh, this shadow is really silky and creamy. I almost thought it was a cream, but it's not. Oh, that's so cool. This is a really interesting eye look, but I'm really into it. We're gonna call it, it's mold, but make it glam. I think that's perfect. So it took me like an hour to find the perfect eyeliner to wear with this look because I didn't want to just do a black wing. I wanted something a little bit green, but not too bright green, like kind of a mossy color, and this is what I found. Unfortunately, this is no longer available. It's from Colourpop. It's one of their cream gel colors in the shade Bustier. It's a really pretty color. I'm sorry it's not available anymore, but feel free to use like any foresty green liner you have. So I'm gonna create a quick wing with a little angled brush, and I'll be right back. Lord. I am back with the finished eye look. You guys, I really love the eyes. I think the color is so interesting and unique. It's super pretty. It kind of reminds me of like a garden fairy. It was a really simple, easy look. Like it really didn't take much skill to create this, but hey, simple looks can be beautiful looks, and I'm really into it. I love the colors. Now let me zoom you guys out and let's focus on the lips. So along with the new eyeshadow from Lime Crime, they also have some new wet cherry glosses, and I know you guys are staring at this sparkly green one. I'm going to be swatching that for sure, but they're really pretty colors, and I did do a video swatching like their first full collection of glosses if you guys want to check that out. But this color, oh my god, is so pretty, and I've been wanting to put this on my lips since I got it. So this is what we're gonna test out today. I'm pretty sure I'll throw something different on afterwards just to have more of a completed look, but let's play with this first. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell. It's basically like a clear gloss with a bunch of green glitters. It's really cool. The gloss is really fun, but I think I need to wear like an actual color just to kind of finish off the look. Oh wow, it got really dark in here again. I am so sorry for the constant lighting changes, but I cannot control Mother Nature. Okay, so for lipsticks, I am going to be trying out the new Makiage Lip Slip lipsticks. They have 84 new shades in 3 different formulas. They have matte, semi-matte, and a sheer formula. This one is a matte finish in the shade Camelia. I feel like a really nice warm color would look really pretty with the eyes, kind of like green like the trees, and then a woody, I'm not making any sense. Anyways, so I'm gonna try this shade. It's gonna be really pigmented. These are really pretty lipsticks. I have tried a few of them and I really like them a lot. I really like this lipstick color. I was definitely expecting it to be more matte of a finish, but it's kind of like a satiny, creamy matte. Very comfortable, very hydrating on the lips. It's very silky and it goes on really nicely and it feels good. So that is the finished look. I have to say, going back and looking at my complexion, it looks really good, really smooth. I don't have like any creasing like in the areas that I normally crease my under eyes. I do have like a little bit of creasing where I have like the natural wrinkles, which is totally normal, but it looks really smooth under my eyes, like really nice. It doesn't look like I have a heavy amount of concealer on, which is really nice. I don't think I would go without setting this concealer per se, like personally. You probably maybe can, but I don't kind of mind. I want to treat it like a regular concealer because it's actually really pretty on the skin. So it's definitely something I would use again. Foundation, I've been really liking lately. It's something I've been testing out and it just looks really pretty. Like it's so, I don't know, like it looks really smooth. It's not cakey. It's not clinging to dry spots. It doesn't look weird around my nose. I'm like not even creasing on my forehead. It just looks really good. I really liked everything I tried. The eyeshadow palette, the brow products, I really like from Urban Decay. I think the only thing that I was kind of like iffy about was the bronzer, the Milani Bronzer. I'm gonna try it again. I don't know if it's my brush, the way I'm applying it, or my base, or what's happening. Besides that, I'm really into everything else. I love the lipstick. It feels really good. The color is super pretty. The eyeshadow, I don't know what it is about this eye look. It looks so different on me. It's so frosty, but I love the colors. Like in real life, it's so sparkly and shimmery. So before it gets like completely dark in this room, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Definitely let me know what you guys think about these products. Have you tried any of them? Have you tried this bronzer and is it patchy for you? Because I'm really curious. But either way, I really enjoyed making this video. I feel like it's been a while since I've sat down and filmed a video like this. It's always fun to test new products. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, mesijesibeauty, Instagram, Makeup by Jesi. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so before you go. I'd appreciate it so very much. Hit that little bell so you're notified every time I do post a new video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!